What's up, everyone? Welcome, welcome. Sorry, me and John were blabbing about probably what we're going to talk about for the
I'm
next
sure what
hour or so.
everybody wants to talk about for the first 20 minutes, I'm sure. So
Absolutely. Let's say hello to at least some of the people that came in, especially especially the Macklin Hurts. Hurts. I started that off bad. Macklin Hunts, not Hurts. I
okay.
have a hard time reading. It's kind of small on my screen here. Chase Chaser or Nussie. She's from My Pops, guys. Say hello to Ernesta up there.
Oh, what's going on?
Yes.
Whoa.
I'm usually, hey, when I'm hosting, this is the only time that I'm not looking at the drop on Thursday nights. I won't do that. I won't be rude since I am hosting. I'm only rude when everybody else is hosting. So Brandon, hello, and Anna, hello. Pipsqueak, Barry Near, Kelsey, hello. Sir Bass, welcome in. Hi, Shy Guy. Wayne, good to see you again. It's second time. I got to see you on Tuesday on our auction on Tuesday. Welcome in.
Yes,
Magma.
Brandon. No Josh tonight. First time in PFO history that Josh, he's on
Yeah,
vacation.
we have an announcement to make.
Yeah.
Josh is just missing tonight. He will be back the
He
next
will
time
be
we're
back.
live.
Yeah.
We're not live next week, though, correct? We decided that, correct?
Did we decide that? Oh, because we're doing the video, right? We're doing
Yes.
the
We're
three-way.
gonna we're gonna have a special video for all you guys to enjoy next Thursday.
Perfect.
With the
Darth
holiday. I'm
Vader,
sure
what's
people
going
have a
on?
lot of things going on. So Pops with a Hoff. Yes, guys, if you watch our video today, not today, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to click it off that fast. I got a very responsive mouse now. Jessica, yeah, Bree called you Jennifer for about a month and a half.
It's
And I
okay.
knew she was wrong, but I was not going to correct her.
You just add her.
No, I don't know what her Instagram name is,
Oh, okay.
so I can't add her.
Jessica, we are trying to add you to one of the Patreon group chats, FYI. So we'll
It's
work on that.
probably, they're all pretty full. It's probably the issue. So guys, welcome in. There's too many people to name everybody, but guys, just because I didn't read your name does not mean I don't appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining us on this Thursday night PFO. John, how are you doing this evening?
I'm good. It's been a crazy work week, so I've definitely been looking forward to hashing out all the Funko news and everything. I know a lot of mixed opinions out there. I will say that.
There are.
A lot of mixed opinions. So
did you get a box? Here, real question. Did you buy a box?
So I did not buy a box. I bought two. I was only so I had a discussion with my CFO. We came to the conclusion that we were only going to get one.
Okay.
Yes, Joanna's the CFO. So that I was only going to get one just to do a video, but I ended up at the last second deciding to get two because I really want that reverse flash chase Freddy. So, yeah.
That I can get behind. I said it to here. I'm gonna first analogy of the night. I don't know who's got the analogy counter, but here's the first analogy. I said it before. I feel like this box was like the appetizer sampler that you get at Applebee's. Like you got the tater tots or the the potato wedges and that kind of thing. I feel like it should have been treated as such, and maybe the price should have been a little bit lower than 105. Like if it would have came in around $70, and they just as a kind of give back to the community type of thing. And I understand they got to make money, and that's what they're in business for. But with the 25th anniversary, I feel like they probably could have charged a little bit less and let people get some of these collectibles, get excited about it.
I think they kind of had their hands tied with the price because they don't normally make wobblers. And this new Blockbuster Rewind line is brand new. So I'm sure their R&D costs, their development costs for that line is through the roof right now. They don't normally make wobblers, so that's got to be a high cost as well. Whereas I feel like pops and sodas, I mean, they crank them out every day, so their costs for pops and sodas can't be very much.
Yeah, I feel like I wanted to see them lose money on like just one thing. You know what I mean? Give back is what I would.
I mean, if you boil it down, there's no way they could lose money even if they priced this box at $75. Like,
well, that's kind of my point,
Yeah, like their cost per box. I mean, like it does not cost very much to make this stuff in the grand scheme of things. So I would be shocked if their cost per box was over like $15 when they're making this stuff in mass quantities the way they are. So
yeah, I like that they took the extra step of putting an insert in there this time.
Joanna just said they need gas money for the
They
bus
probably
it's going around.
Well, listen, they cut out the whole East Coast and most of
Yeah.
the Midwest, so I feel like they might have been able to save enough.
They would have made more money if they made more stops. Like I don't know why they didn't do this the bus tour starting in like May and just go all around the country and then end up at San Diego.
Maybe they want to see how this one goes and then go from there.
Yeah. But Anne is coming in from Ottawa. Hello, Anne.
Welcome in, Anne.
One.
Hopefully your skies are a little bit better than they are here. I know you guys are probably in the thick of it right over there with the forest fires and whatnot.
Oh, yeah. I agree, Sam. The Funko cost is probably less than $10 per box. I agree. YouTube says price was the deciding factor. Plus, San Diego Comic-Con is coming out and need to save for it. So I think, so even though price is a huge factor, I don't think it was so much the price as it was the marketing and the lack thereof. Like they only gave everybody a day notice to drop $105 on this when that's hard for people. Like, especially when we know there's going to be another take-home box, probably in the same neighborhood of cost in a month, less than a month, probably like 2.5, 3 weeks, right? And then the regular pops and everything they're releasing for San Diego Comic-Con. So a lot of people have already been saving money. And why would you spend money on something that like you're kind of like 50-50 or halfway on?
Yeah.
When if you're worried they're going to drop like something really cool for San Diego Comic-Con or the Fun Days box that you're going to have. Like not everybody's in a position to buy everything. You just can't.
No. And that's kind of what I was saying. Like I wanted to see that one if they were going to do it. Like, I mean, I got one because Frank, we have a YouTube channel that we open stuff on. It's pretty easy for me to spend $100 on a box that I want to see this stuff. But if I'm a casual fan, like if I paid $70 for a box of, hey, okay, I got a pop. I know that I may or may not like that. I got a soda that's kind of cool, but it's a 35,000 piece soda that you'll probably be able to pick up for like $15, $10, $8.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It may be halfway free, but I would have liked to see the price come down as it, like it's more of a, hey, this is what we have to offer and get people to get excited about the VHS ones. I saw more of the leaks today and I got behind it a little bit more when I saw the box and I could start envisioning. Like I saw the Jurassic Park one and I kind of thought that the cover looked cool and I could picture that on a shelf. I still don't love the figures, but I get them. I can get it a little bit more, but I do want to see it in hand.
Before we move into that, I want to hear everybody's thoughts in the chat. I see a lot of people talking about price. Some people are saying they got it because of Freddy Funko, which I'm all about. But I want to hear everybody. How did you guys do? Did you buy one? Did you not buy one? Did you buy multiple? Like, I definitely want to hear everyone's thoughts on this in the comments. And I also want to address two things. So YouTube piece says, was it 25,000 or 35,000? So the box run was 25,000 units. The Space Ghost soda was 35,000 pieces. So there was some confusion there. I'm sure, Vince, you saw that in some of the comments on the main social media pages. The other thing I wanted to address, a lot of people seem to be confused thinking that they're going to get the Flash Freddy and the Reverse Flash Freddy Chase in their box. You're only going to get one. So hopefully nobody bought one expecting to get the Chase bundle, because it's not a bundle. It's a chance at Chase. And I feel like, once again, that goes back to the poor marketing strategy by Funko. If they really wanted this box to sell out, they should have been promoting this for at least a week.
Yeah. What I would think that where maybe they missed the boat a little bit on this one. I think they would have been better off saving this maybe for NYCC, because SDCC needs no hyping. And they have the box of fun. They didn't need to do that now. It would have been cool as a fall tour, go all the way from San Diego and go all the way out to, or not San Diego, but wherever. Go from Everett, or even if you want to go from Arizona, do whatever you want to do. go out to New York City. You know what I mean? Or do something
Yeah.
something like that and space it out a little bit, because it is a lot. You're asking
Yeah.
$105 now. Like everybody's already said, they got the box of fun coming right around the corner here. Then all the SDCC stuff. It's a lot to ask.
And I also think they're kind of doing everybody a disservice by at least not giving everyone a heads up on the items that you could purchase when you go to the bus in person. Because, all right, the Flash Freddy, the Batman Freddy, and the Robin Freddy were all on the side of the bus from the glam shot that we saw. So it's kind of safe to assume that now, if you go to the in-person event for Fun on the Run, you will be able to buy the Batman Freddy and the Robin Freddy. But I feel like I've seen one of two answers, and I've seen some people in the chat. I've seen some people say they bought a box, so now they don't feel the need to go to the in-person event. And I've also seen some people say that they are going to the in-person event. Like I think I saw Erin wrote it in the chat. She's going to the in-person event in Nashville, so she didn't buy an online box.
Yeah,
I
I've
think
heard
Funko,
a lot of comments say that too.
yeah, I think Funko kind of screwed up. Like you just force people to decide by not telling them what's going to be available at the in-person event and then dropping this box last minute, instead of like, maybe if you gave people a heads up a little bit more, they would have budgeted and bought both, and then Funko would have made more money at the end of the day. So,
so did they say that they made 25,000? Did they officially say that of these boxes?
no, I mean, no,
Because
I
I
mean,
seen them post, and I think it was either Diz Trackers. It was one of the guys that had posted that there was 20,000 units loaded onto their site.
I
So
saw
they
that,
have
yeah.
20,000 loaded. I'd seen like at the end of the day, they had sold almost 10,000. I think that's a lot. I was surprised they sold 10,000 of these. So they had 10,000 left. Now, the box on the run, yeah, they showed other pops that you're going to get. Like, are these going to be, it is a little bit confusing. And I think exactly what you said, you're going to miss the mark a little bit on people that, what if they really wanted to get this Flash? I mean, you don't necessarily have to pay $105 maybe, but are they going to get the exact same thing, when they visit all these locations? Did they take some of that hype off of that now? So I don't know
Yeah.
what would have been the best way to do it. I would have liked to seen the box a little bit cheap. It was actually a little bit more expensive than I expected as well, but yeah, we got
So Funko 411 says, we complain that Funko doesn't do drops the way they used to when they would just announce stuff last minute, but when they do exactly that, then there's still complaints. The real issue was the price. I do agree with that. Yeah, we had something that was announced last minute. However, they could have announced this in a way that they've already done in years past with the Fun Days box. They could have just said, hey, there's a box dropping next week, and they could have not told us the contents, and then that would have still been a surprise. But this is a box. This isn't a soda or a pop that's going to cost like $15 or $18. This is $105. Like, I don't think you can drop something this expensive in this community and expect 20,000, 25, 30,000 people to be able to pull the trigger just like that. Like,
yeah,
I just don't. So price is the issue, but I also still think the marketing team should have put out something. Like, the lack of, I mean, come on, this is like San Diego Comic-Con time. They should be blasting their social medias with, like, why are we finding out everything through Dish Trackers and Funko Pop News? And they've been great resources for information, but I feel like it should be coming directly from the horse's mouth with Funko. So
yeah, it wasn't super formal. That, like, all the leaks that we got today, well, I mean, they're not leaks anymore. Now they're pretty much announced, but
right.
it was done in a kind of weird way. Well, it didn't feel like years past. And it didn't come directly from Funko, which is also a little bit different.
Very strange. Josh is on vacation. Yes, so that's why he's not with us. Jim is no longer with the live stream, so he is kind of shifted his focus to other things. So that's why you don't see him here either. Antoine says, I think that the box is a way to tell us we're not going to have a box for Fun Days online and only an event box. Well,
I've heard a lot of people say that.
I can tell you for a fact, if they don't do an online box, they are going to upset a huge bulk of the community, including myself, because we're not going to SDCC. Like, most people can't take time off work or fly all the way out to California. So that is going to be a huge shock. And I don't think that would be the case, because they're gonna miss out on a
Yeah.
few $1 million if they don't.
Yeah, I don't see. I think for sure we'll get a box because, I mean, do they not like money all of a sudden or
Yeah, like
something?
why would they do that to themselves? And the whole point for the online box is that they drop it a week before so that everybody at home can celebrate SDCC and Fun Days and being a part of this great Funko community, without having to be at the event. So,
Yeah, Michael, that there's another. So I'm on Facebook groups. I know you're on Facebook groups as well. We are like most of the people, let's be honest, most of the people that especially that show up here on Thursday nights that talk about Funko, like you guys are a little bit more in the know. If you start going into Facebook groups and I'm reading, I'm like, how did they not know about, because exactly what you were saying, John. I'm like, how did they not know about this box, the box on the run, or that's what the box on the run. How did they not,
whatever they're calling it.
But there is a lot of people that they're like, oh, they were excited about it, but they had no idea. They're like, where do we get this at?
Yeah.
And there is a lot more people than you realize that are not in the know that there are in the know. Like we have a very small portion that is solely into the YouTube community and Instagram and that kind of thing. There's a much broader stroke of people that they don't know.
They're more casual collectors. They might have a lot going on in their lives, and then like you shouldn't have to be like neck deep in the community and to follow all these other pages and be on Twitter to know everything. Like it should be pretty basic. Like Funko's selling an item, it's dropping on their website. Like give people a heads up on their regular social media channels. So
yep, totally agree.
Darth Ginger, no worries for being out of the loop a little while. We're happy to see you back, so thank you so much for jumping in the stream tonight.
No, that's the beauty of it. We're always here for you guys. Come in, leave for a couple weeks, come back in a couple weeks. We're always here.
And I do want to shout out Gary Smith. He unfortunately is having some very tough medical times right now. So yes, we will definitely keep you in our prayers and everything. And we wish you nothing but the best and hopefully a very speedy recovery. So, but yeah, I definitely think Funko could do a better job at just marketing overall, understanding that not everybody is neck deep into the, the social media community with Funko. There's a lot going on. And, I don't think there's not going to be a take-home Fun Days box. I saw some other confusion, people thinking that this was the Fun Days box. I don't see it. I can't see that happening.
No, especially they can take a lot of these molds and then just make them metallic. They could do different versions. It really can be a big money maker for them. And I'm sure it was last year. And I would be very surprised. And they've done this. They've done take-home boxes every year since what, 2018?
20. Yeah, I think 20.
Was it 18 or 19?
They had the Tiki Tube for 19. They had
and then they had the Strangers
Stranger Things locker
the
for
year
18.
before.
I can't remember if there was one for 17 or not.
Yeah,
but definitely it's been 5 or 6 years with the
yeah, they did this before COVID, so I would be super surprised that they changed that now. It's a good way for them to make a nice little boost of money.
I mean, they did the Fright Night box. I have a feeling that are we going to be moving to 2 or 3 like Freddy style boxes a year now? Like, I'm okay with that. Like, it's more. I don't know. It's more opportunities for limited pieces for people to get into their collection straight from Funko. Like people are always saying like, hey, like, I can only get Freddy's from flippers or I can only get, things from secondary sellers. Well, here you go. Here's another opportunity to get something directly from Funko. So Nathan says, what's your guys' opinion on how pop prices are being overinflated by seller/vendors? Nathan, you'll have to give us a specific example because I'm not sure what you mean by that. If you were talking about like new releases are always hyped up by sellers or, resellers, flippers, whatever you want to call them, scalpers. When people get something like I saw people were posting the Reverse Flash Freddy Chase on eBay already for $500. Like that's nothing new.
That might be overvalued.
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, no, that's way overvalued.
Little bit.
Yeah, I think the only reason that particular Freddy is going to hold value is because we haven't had a Freddy Chase in over a decade. Other than that, I don't think there's a lot of hype for the DC characters.
No, I think that the chase will definitely hold value. I mean, you're looking at a couple $100 pop most likely going, because if they did even if they made 35,000 boxes, if you're talking,
Yeah.
I mean, whether you like it or not, or if you're a soda person or not, like if you look at a what would that be, a 6,000 piece chase?
Something like that. Yeah. Travis brings up a good point. He said if that was the case, they would have included one of the 4 mascots. And he's 100% correct. So for Fun Days, they do the 4 different teams. They usually do 4. They might do more this year because this is going to be the biggest Fun Days in-person event they've ever done. There could be 5 teams or 6 teams or who knows how they break it up. And yeah, they usually make the team boxes. So I wouldn't be surprised if they do that again.
What do you think of this, Jem?
I didn't know $7 a pop is going to be in Funkoville for San Diego Comic-Con. They're going to be actually in the Funko booth.
They're in the Funko booth. They have a little spot in the booth. Yeah, I think that's great. I mean, it's great. I wonder if they're, are they going to bring their autograph stuff in there, is what I would assume. Because I mean,
$7 a pop is all over the place.
And honestly, they deserve to be. I think that they've done a great job marketing. Everybody knows, like, they started with the protectors, and they have to be buying collections like nobody's business. They dropped another 1,000 boxes on eBay tonight, and only seen like 10 top hits. So they'll probably sell out of those 1,000 boxes, no problem. But it's great for them. I think that's fantastic. It's a testament of good business. They always treated their customers right. I've never had any issues with $7 a pop. So, and I've never really heard anybody have issues. So, good for them.
No, Lee is great over there. I mean, all the videos and everything I've seen with them, they're a very high quality company. So
yeah, I like what they do.
So Desi Pop says if Freddy was any other character than the Flash, I think sales would have done better. And I kind of agree with that. I don't
disagree with that one.
I think if Freddy, if it was Freddy as Miles Morales with the chase, do you think it would have sold out?
Oh, yes. Yes. Like I said, at $105, and I think that people always, like, when I'm buying a mystery box or something, like, I'm looking at the value of what I think I'm going to get in return. This was one of those high risk type of boxes where, I thought the wobbler is super cool, but like resale value, like, look at old wobblers. Some of them are, like, there's limited piece ones that are very expensive, but for the most part, you're not going to get your money back if you don't like that or don't love that. The VHS thing, I think the verdict is out until we start, getting these in hand. That's why I was saying I would have liked to seen them drop the price, make it super enticing for people to get these things in your hand, get excited about it. Because I think that would have done them a little bit better. But yeah, there's not a whole lot of value in there. Like, again, if you get the chase of Space Ghost, it's not like the Snagglepuss, like 600 piece chase is probably going to be a 6,000 roughly piece chase, which
I also want to bring up another opinion here, another different viewpoint. So a lot of people have been like commenting on my video yesterday and messaging us and saying like, oh my God, this is like the first like Freddy box or Fun Day style box that hasn't sold out ever. Like, is this bad news?
Yeah,
for Funko?
I saw all these too.
I actually think in a way this is good because I don't think there is a single person, and correct me if I'm wrong, if there's somebody in the chat who saw this box and loved every single item, loved the price, and like couldn't wait to get it, had no issues, was like, this is an amazing box and I can't wait to get it, more power to you. But I think everybody generally had issues with the box, whether it was the price, whether it was not enough pops, whether it was, oh, I like the pop, I like the soda, I don't really do the wobbler or the rewind. Like, everyone sort of had reservations. And I think that's good because if it doesn't sell out, then it shows Funko, this is not what people want. This is what some people might want. But last year's 2 boxes, the Fun Days box had 4 pops. That was great. Sold out very quickly from what I recall. The Fright Night box was very limited. Only 10,000 boxes, had 3 pops and 3 sodas. that sold out. Like they need to go back to that formula, in my opinion. Look at this box as not necessarily a failure, but as an opportunity to improve. So that's
and I mean, honestly, like I said, I am anybody that thought that this was going to sell out and sell out fast. Like, I think it's, I had no, and I said it in one of the chats as well. Like, I 100% did not expect this thing to sell out. As soon as I seen that they were putting 20,000 units up, like, there was no chance this was going to sell out. This is not a Fun Days box. Like, it's just not. It's not Pops, and I mean, there is a Pop, but the value is not the same. And people aren't going to buy. Why would you buy multiples other than trying to get that chase at $105 each? Like, even me, I'm a little bit crazy, and well, John, you got two, so
I bought two. So if I don't pull the chase, I'm going to be
crazy.
a very, very.
Well, I'll have my fingers crossed for you.
Thank you. So Andrew and a bunch of other people in the chat are asking, hey, John and Poppin Duo, how do you guys feel about the Blockbuster Rewind collectibles? So you started to talk about the Jurassic Park one. Maybe you can pull that up if you have that picture. Somebody said a little while ago that they look like Playmobil figures, and I just cannot get past that. I think
no, they do. Totally.
Yeah, I'm not in love with them. They have the blind style packaging, which I'm not really a fan of because then you can't really display it in the packaging. We got to talk about Leia. Leia's amazing.
Okay, here's a Peter Pan.
Yeah, here's Peter Pan. I'm not in love with it. Like,
so I touched on it a little bit. So let's think of this real quick. Let's think of this as Funko as a toy company. Playmobil still exists, correct? I believe
they're alive and well, and
they're alive and well, and they
licenses.
sell. I feel like they sell a lot of stuff, right? But these do feel like the Playmobil. Now, are they marketed to Pop collectors? Now, unfortunately, Funko sells Funko Pops. So, are they marketing these to us? Are we their target audience? I feel like probably not. I do like I like the VCR type of thing. I like the cases. I said that earlier. Like, there's some cool little aspects of it. And me and Brie were talking earlier. I'm like, do you like this? I showed her the Buzz Lightyear, and she said, absolutely not. I do not. And she loves everything Disney.
Yeah, that's big. That's big.
Yeah, that's huge. When she told me that, I'm like, okay, this is not marketing to her either. But would I like if they came out with the Skeletor? Would I grab one because I heard Motu was possibly coming? Would I grab Skeletor? I probably would. Now, would that probably be the only one I get? Like my Popsies, I have two Popsies in this house. Yeah, probably. I'd probably get one or two, and that would be it. I am not going to collect any of the lines of them, but I could see myself buying one or two of these.
It just looks too much like a soda, number one. I understand the nostalgia factor with the VHS casing, but like at the same time, like, are they expecting people to buy like hundreds of these and like you just have like a shelf lined up? Like I feel like, or I guess you could have like a cool display, right, where you have like a shelf of them all lined up and then you put the figures in front, maybe.
See, John, that was when I seen the Jurassic Park one, and I don't have a picture of the cover pulled up here, but when I had seen that, that's where I was like, okay, I kind of get this. Like, it would be kind of cool if you had these all stacked up like VCR tapes, and then the figure right in front of it. I can see that it would be kind of cool. Is it something like I'm over the moon with? Absolutely not. It's probably not a thing that I would buy more than. Yeah, I think Brie is saying it best. It's a cross between Playmobil and a soda, and really that's where it's at. And I'd rather collect the sodas, quite honestly, than
but I also all right. So, but let's take the sodas for a minute. When they first started dropping the sodas, they didn't immediately drop them for San Diego Comic-Con. They started dropping the original characters.
They're going hard, quick. You know what that means?
Yeah, they started working them into WonderCon. Yeah. Then there was a couple, not that many for San Diego Comic-Con in 20. Well, we didn't have San Diego Comic-Con in 2020, but for 2021, we had a couple of those FunCon sodas. So I don't think a new figure should be a con exclusive, like a brand new line. Like I really don't. Yeah. Like even
they did that with the diecast too, did they not?
They did that. They did that with the diecast, and look how that turned out. Like people are kind of over diecast, and they're very expensive as well. So if they're gonna keep making new products, I think that's fine. Like, you can make new products, you can market to different audiences, but they shouldn't be San Diego Comic-Con exclusives right away. Like, let them marinate for 2 years, let them get popular, and then you bring them to the Super Bowl. You know,
Yeah.
you don't just immediately.
No, I totally agree with that, and I agree with Shelia as well. I like them better than the gold.
Yeah, I agree with
You
that.
know, even the gold though, I find I don't absolutely like hate them, because same with like pop pins. You see pop pins everywhere. I have some of the pop pins, but it's not. You won't see me like this back here. You see all like some of this
Yeah.
region and maybe some of this region over here. You won't see that with
And I've
any of
never
these.
seen you buy like a pop pin mystery box and open it
No.
on the channel. You know, like at the end of the day, like we're opening pops and sodas. We're talking about pops and sodas. Pops and sodas is what we have displayed behind us. Like, I don't know. I feel like, I don't know. I'm fine with them doing new products, but they gotta.
Yeah, and I hope they do great. And I
Yeah.
think they will find some people that will
They will.
love them,
will.
and I think that that's great too. And I don't absolutely hate them. I think that they could be kind of cool little piece in a display, but you know, they're all right. And that's kind of how I felt on that whole box. Like it was all right. It didn't blow me away, and that's why I feel like the price just should have been a little bit lower.
And anyway, hopefully in the next week or two, we start getting some leaks of maybe some Freddies that are going to be exclusive, or some new figures that were going to be exclusive for Fun Days, and maybe a leak or two from what they're going to be giving out at Fun Days or the take home box. Like, I'm all for that. We do have some, speaking of pops and sodas, the stuff that people want. We do have a couple pops to talk about that were.
And I think this was your favorite, the
way.
first one on this list. So I'm going to go down the website here. They listed a bunch of the leaks. I think that I already feel like this is your favorite. You tell me if I'm right when I share this here.
100%. This one, it's a year too late, but finally, freaking finally, young Princess Leia holding the Lola droid. I don't care. Oh my God. I don't care how big of a Star Wars fan you are. Like, this is a must have. It's a must have for my collection. I think this is going to be, I think this would have been of the hottest items if they had dropped it last year. They really missed the boat on the show, unfortunately. But yeah, I can't wait to get this.
Yeah, that show should have just been the movie like they were supposed to do. But I won't go into too much with that. But I like this pop as well. Very, Jen, I'm into the Clone Wars right now. It's like way too. I can't believe that I sat for 15 years or however many years without I'm like all in right now.
People think it's a kid's show because it's cartoons, and it's not. So
no, but that's all I watched back then was cartoons. How did I miss out? I'm so disappointed in myself that it took me this long. But I've come around. But I do like this one as well. I like this.
But this is one that I feel like most people won't care about. Like, unfortunately, like it won't get the love that it deserves,
Now, what about this? I seen that you hated this, Jen, and you do hate this, correct?
It's not. I have to see the chase before I can officially.
You just hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
Once I see the chase, I'm probably getting one anyway.
I'm probably gonna buy one
see
anyway.
The chase,
unfortunately, and that's kind of where like the divide comes from. Like, and that's why I said in my video yesterday, like, if I wasn't a content creator, I wouldn't buy the box from yesterday. And I wouldn't have. I would have just bought the Freddy. Same with this. Like, unless the chase is like fire, I'm not gonna buy it, but I'm gonna buy one or two to rip on the channel just to like have fun,
I will definitely, I love the 3 liters. I just do. Bree hates the 3 liters. I can see it. Yeah, I see your pass. I understand. I know you don't like this. I showed you it earlier. I know
Joanna was the same way. She was like 100% pass. But there is one piece of credit that Funko deserves.
I know what you're gonna say. Say it.
Low piece count.
Yes, 4,500 pieces is the exact right amount, even for Darth Vader, super popular character. 4,500 pieces is exact, and this is a con drop, like not 15,000. Yes. Don't have a Juggernaut still sitting on your website. 4,500 pieces is beautiful. If they did a cool chase, this will be something I definitely get.
So, Aaron, we don't
one
know
of.
what the chase is yet, and God help us all if it's just a lightsaber glow chase. Like, if
If-
it is, and if they're that lazy, then this deserves to sit on the website for the next year.
But I hope we see an unmasked Vader. Like we got one
Unmasked Vader would be
unmasked Vader
amazing.
pop, and now we've got a couple little variations, and we're supposed to get another one this year as well. But I would take that. Now I just talked myself out of.
It would be so easy to do it too, because the soda
Yeah.
you just mentioned, the cracked helmet Juggernaut chase. It's all you have to do. Like, they've done it before. Like, do it for Vader. Like, like we saw his cracked mask in the Obi-Wan show. You're giving us a little Leia, so come on, make this the Vader technically.
Probably what we're
Obi-Wan
getting.
show.
And we're also getting that pop this year as well with the crack mask, but that's okay. I'll take that and that one as well. Now, this one I absolutely love because I'm a Transformer geek.
No, I know you are.
These are the only Transformers I collect. Movies? No. None of the movies. I don't recognize any of the movies. These are the only Transformers I recognize to be part of the collection. So I will definitely, and this is the first 2-pack from the Transformer line. So I'm looking forward to this. I don't think a lot of people will. I think this will not be a hot commodity in any way, but I personally can't wait for this one.
Brenna, if it's a Force Ghost translucent or holographic Vader chase, then it will sell out.
Brenna, my mind wasn't even thinking that they would do something that cool.
I read
a holographic Vader.
I read a rumor that it's supposed to be a holographic chase, but I'm not until Funko announces it or until someone rips a chase. I'm not believing it. So
they do that. I am down. We're buying 2. I don't even. Well, I kind of care, but I'm gonna probably get 2. I think maybe, possibly.
Transformers are cool. I know a bunch of people are excited for this. So
yeah, and Transformers are. I don't think. Like I said, I love it. I think this is super cool. I love the designs. I love the way they did the little guns on these dudes. But I don't think it'll be super popular with everybody else, unfortunately.
Vinny had no idea you were a Transformers guy. How did that happen?
What?
How did that happen?
Yeah, no, I'm a huge. I am 100% complete on the Transformers that I recognize.
There you go. This also looks like a little Happy Meal toy. Anybody else get that vibe?
That's why I'm saying I need to see this in you know what I'm saying? Sometimes, like, I was kind of like that with the 3 liters. I wasn't like completely sold on them at first, but once we got those figures in hand, I was like, wow, these are pretty quality.
Zach, I swear to God, if that Vader chase is holding a candy cane for a lightsaber.
Blasphemy.
Oh, God.
So 3, price point's pretty good. $12. I mean, it'll probably be 18 next year, but
I was just about to say that. I was like, yeah, it'll probably go up.
Now, did Joanna look at this? Would this be something that I don't even think that this bag looked that great? There's other bags that I would buy. We might get down to the other. There is one bag in particular that I would come super close to purchasing for myself. This is not it, though.
I don't think this is one that Joanna would like. Just I don't know. Even if we had unlimited space,
unlimited funds.
She's been it's not even the funds that are an issue. Yeah. She's just been very particular about which bags she's collecting. And I think that's good because they're pumping out a lot of bags now. So
yeah, and this is a 4,000 piece, so not super limited. They dropped that Stitch bag the other day, 1,400 pieces. This is a 4,000 piece. I'm not super.
I'm gonna bring something to the table that I don't think anybody would ever hear me say. So scroll up really quick with the bag. You see how it's a big, square, bulky bag?
Yes.
So one of the things I've noticed just with the bags that we have for Joanna's collection, if you scroll up just a little bit more, the big, bulky bags that don't have a large handle at the top, they actually don't display very well on like a hook. I'm sure you guys have experienced that too when you put them on the wall. If they don't have a long enough hook, then they kind of stick out on the wall instead of being flush. And they really don't look as like clean as some of the other ones with the longer handles or they're the longer like back hooks. So that's kind of weirdly been like a detail that I'm like paying attention to, and I think this is one of them.
This one's just, I don't know. This one doesn't do it for me. I really do. I love some of the lounge flies, and we'll get to the couple other ones down here. They're amazing. This one
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah.
was not a home run. Now, I almost want to just scroll right past this pop at this point.
Yeah, this
I'm
is
so
rough.
disappointed in Love and Thunder, quite honestly, because they ruined my favorite franchise.
I was gonna see it, but everybody keeps telling me not to. So
No, go see it. It's it was fun. It wasn't good, but it was fun. I thought it was a fun movie still. But like Ragnarok, I was so fired up for this. I bought all the pops, pre-ordered, got all my and I've sold all of them off. I was so
Really?
upset.
even the Ragnarok ones?
No. Whoa.
Oh, you mean you
No,
pre-order the Thor
no.
Love and Thunder ones?
Ragnarok,
Like the Ragnarok line is awesome.
No, Ragnarok, it's still 100% my favorite. That's why I'm saying this movie it wasn't horrible. It was a fun movie, but it was fun. And
You know what's really sad overall with Thor? Like he has such a rich comic book history. He's got, he's intertwined with all these other big, villains and groups and the Guardians and stuff. And then on top of that, you have Chris frickin' Hemsworth as the actor, and like they can't put together. Like the first one was pretty good. Second one was a little rough. Ragnarok was great, and from what I'm hearing, the last one was not good.
They got it. Like they took them a little too goofy.
It just sucks that you have all these ingredients for such a good franchise and such a good character arc, but they can't get it together. Like you even had Christian Bale as the villain and Natalie Portman come back. Like, come on.
Yeah, the next Thor is got to get I love the funness of Ragnarok. But then they just they doubled and tripled down in this one, and they didn't need to. They could have pulled it back a little bit, especially with such a dark character as Gore. Gore in the comic books, the whole thing was just
dark.
Marvel's got to figure this stuff out.
Oh, speaking of Marvel,
speaking of Marvel, so this is another box. So here is what it's going to display like. I'm kind of out on these at this point. Because
I don't know. I'm actually kind of in because I really like this box.
No, listen. This is
not the big box. The big box, not the refrigerator box. The regular pop box.
No, the pops. Do you have any of these in person?
No.
Did you buy any of these so far?
Not yet.
The boxes are so forget the metal part because they don't display well. What I don't like is they're showing this is false advertisement on how they're showing the tin open like that. Are any of you guys able to keep the box open like that? Because mine half closes every time I try to open it. So maybe I'm doing something wrong, but they don't display completely open. Like it wants to kind of close, so it's like you can only see half the box. The box itself is awesome. Like they did a really they're super foily and metallic-y and super unique. But and I like the sticker on it and stuff, but I'm not going to get any more of these. They take up a little too much room.
Kelsey says the boxes feel and look cheap. Do you get that?
Yeah, I do. John, that's why I'm saying I'm out on these now. And you're in good example. You don't have any of these yet. I think if you got one, if this is going to be your first one, I think you'll find that the pop in the box the Pops box is cool. Yeah. But the way they display is not great. You really can't take the card out. You don't want to. I don't know why you would want to anyway. And then you realize real quickly this is going to be a little bit harder to display. And
I don't care about the pin or the card or the coin. I don't care about any of that. And I don't know. I think they need to realize that really the blind packaging only works with sodas. It doesn't really work with any of these other items because people want to see their collectibles. They want to put
unless
them on
there's a chance of a chase in there.
Yeah, I don't know. That's why I digress. With some of the the VHS things they're doing, I don't know. I'm just the blind packaging. It's just throw a window on there. It's a game changer.
Yeah. So we got more pop pins. I'm gonna kind of just scroll. Listen. People love pop pins. I like. Is his name Ned? I always want to say Newman every time I see him, but I do like the pop pins, but I probably will not be getting any of this. I do like the lanyard with the Barbasol though. That's cool. I like Barbasol has its own little pin.
Kelsey,
you see how the Barbasol can has its own pin?
I do see that. Yeah,
that's pretty amazing. Now I thought that this was super unique for Jurassic Park.
Cool.
This is cool.
And this is
Super
something
unique.
that I feel like this is what the level of an SDCC exclusive should be. Like,
Yes.
this is cool.
Yeah, I mean, I think that all the really, if I had the room, I love all the dinosaurs. I think this probably looks so cool out of box, but and I love it's a unique little egg guy, but
I would even keep it in box too, like in
Yeah.
box or out of box. Like, you can still see. I would. Well, this is a computer generated image, but I would imagine in person you're still going to be able to get a lot of that detail of the hatching egg, in box as well. So
yeah, I love this
colors
one.
are great. The Jurassic Park logo really pops with the colors.
Yeah, this is a good SDCC pop. So okay, here now. See, I think that I'm grasping at straws and I'm just trying to put like some positive spin on this. I mean, this guy honestly, Ian Malcolm, yeah, right, yeah, Ian Malcolm.
Ian. Jeff
He
Goldblum.
looks a little more like Steve from Stranger Things.
He
but
does look like Steve.
Either way, like I could see this going on a shelf, and if you had like a really cool Jurassic Park shelf, you want to stick one character up there. I think I think it's a cool concept. I think that they're going to go super heavy into it, and it's not going to feel special at all, and it's just going to get insane. So that's my positive thing. I think it's a cool concept.
I'm kind of confused by the nostalgia, and you guys can like correct me if I'm just way out of line here, but like I remember going to Blockbuster as a young lad, right? And going to grab like a movie here and there with my dad. But like I don't like feel like the super attachment, like I need to have like Blockbuster stuff to collect in my house. So am I wrong for feeling that way, or do I just am I wrong in my nostalgia? Like I just don't feel it.
John, I probably am more nostalgic to Blockbuster, but even in saying that, do I need to have a bunch of VHS tapes? No.
Like,
but
I'm just hesitant. Like, am I nostalgic wrong, like incorrectly here?
No, I think this
is cool, but
I think this is geared to someone more of my demographic, probably a little bit older, because you're not gonna listen. You never had to, me and Bree used to have to go, like, if they didn't have the VHS tape and it was gone, like you had to go to a completely different store, or you had to go pick something else out after you just spent 2 hours picking out a movie.
I vaguely remember that, like picking out a movie, and then you go up to them like, "Oh, do you have one in the back?" And they're like, "No, like everything is out here."
And then you're like, "Oh, it's on the cart. I see it. Somebody just brought it back in right there."
Like I remember that, but like I don't know. Like we've kind of like technology has improved. Like we have DVDs and Blu-rays, and now we all just watch Netflix and streaming services. So I don't know. I just feel like technology has kind of progressed. I think there's a time and place for collectibles being captured in some kind of form. I don't know if this is it.
Yeah, I'm pretty much. There will be a 1 in 56. Did you read this? This is the first time I've seen this.
That I did
1
not know.
1 in 56 chance of scoring the chase.
I like. Do you think that's a typo? Do you think that's a type? Because the 5 is right next to the 6 on the keyboard.
Yeah, that's a good question. Wow, 1 in 56. Maybe that's a typo. I'm gonna go with that's a typo. That can't be right,
56 but 56 isn't even a multiple of 6. So
well, maybe they're packaged in a box of 56. I don't know.
I think that's gotta be
that maybe is a typo. Wow, that would be kind of cool. Okay, maybe I'll buy it.
If that isn't a typo, that's gonna be a grail. That's gonna be a $300 chase.
Yeah, what did it say? Did it say anything on the other ones up here? Oh no, this one does not have a chase, and I'm assuming that Buzz does not have a chase.
The Batman that they're dropping has a chase.
Yeah, that one did. Huh. Okay, that was the end of my. Listen, I'm not as good as Josh.
Why don't they all have chases? Just give them all chases. Just like paint them differently or make them glow or something.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, they should have. I didn't even think to check with.
Yeah, Stephanie, according to the other little paragraphs for the other ones, the other rewinds do not say 1 out of 56. So, but this is another thing. All right, let's just say that one is 1 out of 56. Like Funko needs to come out and clarify that. Like they need to clarify the odds for these figures.
Yeah, that's got to be a type, man. 1 out of 56. Like,
Well, I'm just looking at my keyboard right here. At 5 is right next to the 6, so I think
it
someone's
definitely is.
passing.
And I'm pretty sure that like the 1 is next to 2.
Yes.
Yep,
On
it
both
is. So,
keyboards, yeah.
you know, that would be a weird one. Yeah, I'm not sure, but you think we'll get more leaks tomorrow? You
I
think
think
this is going to continue?
I think we will, but then again, I like never know anymore with Funko.
Well, it's like I said, this is weird. Like, this was not was any of this stuff like officially done through their
No,
site?
none of this was officially through Funko's channels. These are all through like secondary sources, which is just
That's
weird.
yeah, super weird. Like, this goes back to, you remember they used to put the cease and desist letters out like left and right, and
Yeah.
they kind of stopped all this probably right around COVID times or maybe right before that. Like, this was really weird because usually they do like a full like release. So I don't know. It was weird on a Thursday before a holiday weekend. I feel like that's not what Funko would have wanted to do.
Well, maybe this is a byproduct of them getting rid of their social media team. So
Could
now
be.
stuff is just getting leaked left and right, and
They're letting us do the hyping for them.
I guess, yeah, I guess.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know if we hype too much because there wasn't glowing reviews from us here, but I'm looking forward to SDCC. I'm looking now. My favorite like possible things that might be coming, I have not seen yet, so I'll
Like
be
what? Like,
interested
what do you mean?
to see. Huh?
Like, what do you mean by that?
Like the Tony the Tiger was, it
Oh,
was
yeah.
like teased out there, but then when I seen the second round of teases, he was not on the second round that I see.
Well, has any of this stuff like I tried to go back and try to find those slides with the teases? Is any of the stuff that was revealed today on those slides? I feel like the Darth Vader 3-liter was.
The Darth Vader 3-liter was. I'm almost
Yeah.
positive the young
Young Leia was on there.
yeah, the young Leia was on there. The Transformer thing, I think that they said that a Transformer was coming. And
Yeah.
then what was the other one? Oh, the dinosaur coming out of the egg. I know that was on there.
Yeah.
And then the Rewinds thing, that, I've heard some different rumors of them going pretty hard on the Rewinds, like, and it's going to happen like quick from what I understand, but that will be seen.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Like, they're a multi-million-dollar company. Like, I would hope they could be able to. I mean, they can afford a bus driver to drive this bus across country. Like, can you hire somebody to like just share out some pictures on Instagram and Twitter and make it like an official announcement? Like, yeah, I agree. Top Pops is a better social media team all by himself.
I think they agree with you as well. Do you not think that? Don't you think that they feel like Top Pops is a better social media person? Because I feel like I think they use him more than anything to promote stuff, and rightfully so. I mean, he's got the perfect audience for that, for sure.
So Andrew brings up a good point. Did you see the new Bebop sodas for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie?
Andrew. What did you think of it, Andrew?
I'm curious to hear everyone.
What did everybody else think of it? I'll give my opinion because I don't have a slide on the sodas or the pops.
So that was the other thing too. Like, so there's other stuff being promoted and leaked or revealed at the same time as the San Diego Comic-Con stuff. And that was confusing because like every time I looked at a post, I was like, wait, is this a Amazon exclusive? Is this a SDCC exclusive? Like, what is going on here? Like, where I feel like SDCC is supposed to be like, hey, nothing else matters. SDCC exclusives are here, and that's how they promote them. So
yeah, and I mean, as far as the turtles, because I'm a huge turtle person, I'm pretty much complete with turtles except for like the metallics, which I'm not probably ever getting the metallics. Let's just be honest. But with that being said, like the new pops, I am kind of like old school, like I am with my Marvel at this point. I collect Ragnarok. I have that whole movie set, but other than that movie set, like I've got the 80th year, like I go back to the comic books, and for me, I'm going back to the OG Turtles. Like I am not going to own this line. With that being said, I did pre-order the glow in the dark 4-pack.
The 4-pack, yeah.
Yeah, because then I'm done. I got the 4-pack. I don't want to have all the single ones. I think that I actually kind of like that they did that. And I like that they did it glow, so it's different than what's in the common pops. Sodas are none of the sodas look like they're gonna be numbered, so John will not be getting any of the sodas.
I don't think I would be getting them even if they were like 2,500.
John, I don't think I would be either. I'll be honest with you. They're not.
Is anybody confused by the way they look? Like,
Well, have you seen any previews for the movie yet?
No.
They look exactly.
Actually, no, I take it back. I did see one a couple days ago. Yeah,
and they look exactly like the movie. I mean, the movie is done almost in a like Spider-Verse kind of way, where it's animated and it's real stylized. So I think they actually look really good for what they are. But like the Bebop,
I don't think they translate very well into like collectible form, though.
No, I like going back to like the video game.
I'm with Jonathan on this one. Yeah, I just don't think they look good. Like I don't know. Like I'm of the mindset that like if like all right, let's real talk here. We all have a lot of stuff. Like we have a lot of collectibles probably from Funko. If you're watching this chat or this stream right now, you probably have a lot of Funko stuff in your house. I like my Funko stuff to be like something like if somebody was to come over and be like, "Hey, check out my Funko stuff." And I kind of I don't know, I just some of these sodas, they don't look good. Like I just don't think I'd be like proud to display that, you know, regardless of the piece count. So
yeah, and you know, the like for an example, like I don't even know if they have them, but is there any Sonic Pops for the movies?
Sonic Pops. No,
I don't know.
Like
they didn't do any for the movies, right? They're all games pops, I believe. But let's say they came out with like I collect all of Sonic. If they came out with a movie version of Sonic, I wouldn't pick those up either. Like I say pretty like I'm telling you how like strict I am with certain things. I still have like 1,500 pops sitting around my face over here. So I'm not that like, but that's where I draw my lines. I have to draw my line somewhere, and that's where my lines are being drawn. Kelsey, I've only had four analogies tonight. Are we sure?
So Anna says she noticed in one of my Niagara Falls Comic-Con videos, I felt like it was a bit disrespectful for what you said. We don't talk about it showing one of the non-numbered sodas. Well, it wasn't meant in a disrespectful manner. It was more of just like a playful, jokey manner.
But Jen, listen,
but
you feel disrespected by the no piece sodas. Why can't you disrespect them back? You are allowed to do that. You do not have to respect the non-piece sodas. I personally, I'm indifferent to the no piece sodas. Let me be 100% honest. I've bought like 3 non-piece sodas. I've not kept any of them. I just open them just to open them. Yeah. Other than that, like I don't like the Spider-Verse ones look amazing, but I don't want like a whole line of sodas at a time.
Yeah. I'm sure there's things that I collect that people don't.
No, Wayne,
like,
that's disrespectful.
Yeah, I have seen Wayne do that with the ones he gets in mystery boxes. It's kind of funny, but like, you know, we've hashed this out. It's where I stand. It's whatever I do in any of our videos, by no means is it meant to disrespect anybody. Like I respect everyone. I respect what anybody chooses to collect. There's no ill intent behind anything I do in any of the videos, especially when I'm in public. And I know that people are actually, I'll be straight up. People are always watching us when we're filming. I always look over in the corner of my eye, and there is like, especially at Niagara Falls Comic-Con, there was a lot of people watching us, and I was super nervous. Like, I am pretty confident in public, but I think anybody gets a little bit nervous when you're being watched, especially when you're talking to a phone or, you know, a camera, and you're not necessarily talking to the people next to you. Like I was very careful a couple times. I was like filming, and then there was like somebody next to me, like looking at some pops. I'm like, oh, excuse me. Like, you know, it's
John, you're good at that. I've seen you in action. I'm not good at that at all.
I still sweat, man. I sweat. You know, I thank you for saying that, but I always sweat in public, man, because I know people are always watching me.
I see when we were in New York Comic-Con together, and I seen you talking about the pops. I go to Brim like, go closer to John. Just use his audio. Get a little bit closer.
Yeah,
I won't have to say anything then.
Yeah. I would be nervous if I filmed a video and people are involved. Yeah, it's
It's nerve-wracking.
You'd think I was nervous. So to be honest, like, all right, so yesterday's video, I filmed it 4 times because the first couple times I just didn't like the way it came out, or I was a little bit nervous. I was nervous because I was excited to talk about all the Freddy releases and everything. I still get like, it's weird. Like I was telling Joanna, like as our channel grows, I thought I would get less nervous in front of the camera sometimes, but I don't. I almost like psych myself out a little bit because I know that like our video might reach a little bit more people every time we go. So it's weird. Like in the beginning, I felt like I was a little bit more confident than I am now. I feel like now I'm more comfortable talking to the camera, but I'm still like nervous and I'm like self-consciously thinking about how other people are judging me like on the other side of it. If that makes sense.
You know what's funny about that? So I don't like when me and Bree are doing a video like the mystery box ones. I honestly I don't even realize that there's a camera there at all because
And that's good.
I would get into my own head so too much. But when I do our shorts, like our 1 minute shorts, it takes me like 30 minutes to do 1 minute short. Like,
Yeah.
should it take 30 minutes to do that? But I get so in my own head. And that's why I don't like doing that much on my own because I worry I do worry too much. And I'm the exact opposite when we're opening up boxes. I've made a complete mockery of myself most of the time. And I don't mind doing that, but I worry about saying 2 or 3 words wrong when I'm doing it in a short
Well,
form
that's
or
why
whatever.
I like the couples videos. Like when Joanna and I
They're
do our
easy.
videos, they're easy. They're
They are.
unscripted. But like when I did like yesterday's video, like, and I want to get better at doing that type of like news content or like
Yeah.
reaction content
I've
where
tried.
it is scripted. Like I have notes. Like this is everything I want to
You
hit.
have to.
These are the opinions that I want to bring up. This is how I feel on the matter, and then that's it. You can't just I mean, if you just do it off the cuff, you're either really, really good at filming and kudos to you. And there's probably a lot of content creators out there who are like that. But also at the same time, I don't want to get something wrong because I know if I get something wrong, people will correct me. And
Yeah.
my point of doing
You know what's funny? Did you
reaction
ever
video-
realize that your opinions can be wrong as much as they are?
Oh yeah, 100 bro. Yeah, 100%.
Opinions, I don't know. I've realized that most of my opinions are wrong, which is weird. Since it's my opinion, but you know, I don't know.
Well, I see some very kind comments in the chat. So thank you too. My co-star is a tabletop. I refilm a lot too. LOL. Yeah, it's
I think Michael does a great job, though. And
yeah.
I'm not just saying like I wouldn't just say that. I think Michael does a very good job with his videos.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
Dennis, I'm so sorry to hear that. He says collecting pops is not as much fun as for me the last few months. I'm curious as to why, Dennis.
Yeah, Dennis, we're here for you. Why is that?
Because I've been
I think a
feeling
lot of people have come to that realization.
Well, I actually feel the opposite. I was kind of like the beginning of the year was a little bit slow, and now I feel like there's a pretty good amount of momentum. There's new releases to look forward to. Like I'm feeling pretty good right now. I'm pretty excited.
Thanks, Dennis.
So.
Hey, I mean, just live vicariously then.
Yeah.
You know, but I mean, seriously though, that is a good sentiment. Like there are always people coming into the hobby and then leaving the hobby. And then I see a lot of people come back in like,
Yeah.
you know, I've had people say, hey, I got out of it for 2 years. Now I'm just getting back into it. And, you know, it's those ebbs and flows. Some people are able to, you know, you go out of it for a little bit and then come back in. But, yeah, I am still excited by picking up older stuff. And then there's new stuff that I've still enjoyed. Like I'm definitely more conscious of some of the stuff that I buy now, especially because it comes so fast. But you know, I think you always have to curtail or, you know, change up the way that you're going to collect to keep it fun for you and whatever fun for you means.
I actually did something recently that also added to my excitement, and I don't know if anybody else can do this or I don't know. We sell weekly, so maybe we have a little bit of more of a leg up, but everybody has access to certain, marketplaces and stuff. I went through and I cleaned out like nothing crazy, like 5 to 10 pops, just 5 to 10 pops that wasn't in love with anymore, don't necessarily need. But what it did was I mean, number one, and these aren't expensive pops. I'm talking about like low end commons or,
Yeah.
very high produced exclusives here. What it did was it made room on a few of my shelves. And seeing those empty spaces actually got me excited because
Yeah.
now in my head, I'm like, oh man, I wonder what I can fill those spaces with in the next few months. It got me excited because now I have these like 5 to 8 empty holes on my shelves on my displays, where instead, as before, I got rid of these 5 to 8 pops. I had like no room left, and I was kind of dreading something good coming out because then it's like, oh, I have no room. So I would challenge everybody, like, go through your collection. If you have a few things, even like one or two, where you're like, I'm not in love with this anymore, and I actually did it with a couple Spider-Man characters. Like, I just have so many Spider-Man pops.
I did that.
And I felt like I didn't need every Spider-Man pop because I wanted other Spider-Man family characters. Like, I just got the Spider-Ham, so I sold a Spider-Man, so I had
Yes, I love
room for
that
the
Spider-Ham.
Spider-Ham. Yeah. So and now I have a spot for Spider-Ham. So I don't know if anybody like has done that, or like, Jake just said, I love purging stuff, like, and it's nothing crazy, but I think just that little mental tweak of psychologically and physically in person having that space, it gets you excited.
Yeah, and I think that really it goes into what what you do. It keeps it fresh too. Like,
Yes.
and perfect. Yeah, again, what I've done over the last year, like I had probably 50 different Batman pops. I got to the point where I'm like, you know what? I don't want to have 50 because I realized like where my like true, like my Star Wars section is probably my biggest section. I don't really have it. People always say they want to see all my Marvel stuff. I honestly don't have a ton of Marvel stuff. We have so many different, like, I have a few Marvel grails, but like, and I got like all of Motu, all of my Transformers, all the G.I. Joes. Like, I'm 100% complete all that. My Batman, I've gone to just two, the animated series and the 1966 series. And I've said this repeatedly, I know before, but I think that that's what makes it fun. Now I can go after and try to complete those sets, and I'll keep those for a while. I did that with Futurama. Futurama was like, when I first got into collecting, those were like, that was the first set that I officially completed other than the 2 expensive pops. Now I've been able to add one of the expensive pops. I'll probably never add the other expensive one.
You never know.
But I'll hang on to those for a while.
Did you guys ever think that you would have that D23 Mickey?
You are 100% correct. And I say the same thing right now about the Looney Tunes. I'm like, I'll never have the 2-pack, the Bugs and Dr. Jekyll 2-pack. But that I see this start coming up for mystery box runs, and I bought several boxes from those mystery box runs. And you can never say never, because there's stuff that we own now that I definitely never thought that we
never would have shelled out the money to pay for something outright, and now you have an even cooler story because you pulled it in a mystery box.
Yeah, and we and I said it on one of our videos as well. Like, that's why we do the mystery box, and you have a memory that you'll never forget. And that's why I like sharing all the mystery box videos, whether it was Gabby before or Luca or Brie. We have those memories that we look back at, and it's still I can remember pulling some of the grails, and that's kind of what's fun about it. So that keeps it kind of fresh for us. We obviously have a little bit of an easier time moving more stuff out, but we're also buying 3 to 5 boxes a week.
Yeah.
A week.
Yeah. No, we have so much stuff. Like, so this past week, what did I do? Oh, Monday I did the first San Diego Comic-Con look back video. Yesterday I talked about the Freddy box. I didn't open anything in both those videos. Like, I don't know, like, but we've accumulated mystery boxes. So I'm like, after San Diego Comic-Con, are we just going to do like a run of like 5 videos in a row? Maybe we'll just do like mystery box week and like, let's see what we get in this one. Let's see what we get in that one. I saw Steven made a comment. He was like, you can't fill those spaces. You got to think about the move. Yes. We've already been packing up a lot of stuff. So we are going to make sure that we're all ready to move well in time before next year. So, but yes, I definitely am conscious of that for sure. Somebody was asking, Anna was asking about my Bad Batch helmets. So I recently finished Tech, which I'm very proud of. I think he came out amazing. The build was not super enjoyable because it's very delicate and it
Jen,
broke.
okay, let's talk real quick. Do you get those as a kit? Or do
No,
you have to get the pieces?
no, you have to get the pieces
Okay.
yourself. There's people that put out the instructions. So these are
Right.
not my designs. These are other people that there's Lego designer programs that a lot of people use to come up with the designs, and then they'll sell the
Remember.
instructions. So I had to source the pieces, which does take a while. It does take a few weeks for me to through all the pieces and everything. But this one especially looks fantastic because his little
Yes.
visor there comes down.
I just finished Bad Batch too.
Yeah, I had as soon as what happened in the end of season 3, or excuse me, season 2, I knew I really wanted to build this one. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I won't say anything, but
yeah, and then he's chilling next to Hunter. But yeah, it takes yeah, next to Hunter. It takes a while to source the pieces. These are like, if you don't have, like, we're very fortunate. We have a pretty good piece inventory now, but if you just wanted to like buy one of these outright, if you didn't have any of the pieces and you wanted to buy the instructions, you're probably looking at anywhere from $100 to $150.
just
However, yeah,
wait a
just
minute. What just for the instructions or for the
no,
pieces
no,
in
no,
there?
no. The instructions are like 10 to 15 bucks, but if you
Yeah,
just
the
want,
piece.
but
Yeah.
the pieces are going to be like $100
Yeah.
depending on which parts and everything, the colors and everything. Like right now, I'm in the process of building Sabine's helmet, and Sabine's helmet initial cost was $178, just because she has a
Dang.
lot of
Color.
different color, like
Yeah.
pink pieces, purple pieces are very expensive because they don't make a lot of them. So, but I've been able to get the cost down to $68, and I'm going to try to get it to like under 40 if I can with the parts in our inventory. So,
Wow,
um,
nice.
but it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. So I'm going to try to build Sabine before the Ahsoka series comes out. I don't
I
know.
can't.
I don't know.
Like, I don't want to get into Star Wars too. I cannot wait for Ahsoka.
I know. I'm so I just hope
When
they
Dave
don't
Filoni
mess
said
it
the
up.
other, listen, guys, sorry if you hate just tune out for like, come back in like 1 minute. Just let me just do this real quick.
Yeah.
As soon as he said that it's basically going to be the 5th season of Rebels,
Yeah. All in.
like,
All in. Yeah.
oh my god, guys, if you have not watched it, go watch it. Oh my, it's so. I mean, the way he tells stories, which he should just be allowed to just run and do whatever. Let him do
Yeah.
whatever he needs to do between the Clone Wars and then and yes, the source material. He had a great starting point, and there was a great story behind that as well. But man, the way he took things, oh, I love all of that stuff.
So Dave says he's going to come help us move. We would definitely truly appreciate that. Jar says, what Funkos do you think we're to get from Ahsoka? Possibly a new Thrawn? What are your thoughts on that? Another Thrawn?
Yeah, I think we're definitely going to get another Thrawn, 100%. I think that honestly, I think that the whole Ahsoka line, if it's half as good, like I said, this I am somebody coming from not the Clone Wars era. Like, I am the older school, the original 3, and then I didn't even really watch the 4, 5, and 6 that much.
Mm-hmm.
Or actually, I'm sorry, 1, 2, and 3. It would be 1, 2, and 3. I didn't
Right.
watch 1, 2, and 3 that much. I just didn't get that into it the way that they were.
Yeah.
But like going back and watching Rebels and going back and watching the Clone Wars and the way that the stories are told and just the whole backstory on it, I feel like Ahsoka is going to go absolutely crazy. And I think, yes, we will get a Thrawn. We will get an Ezra. I don't think that's going to be a spoiler or anything
Might get
like
multiple Thrawns.
I definitely can see that happening.
And
Now,
I
do think that the original Thrawn will stay up there, though. I think because it's going to be so hyped, and that I don't think that will really.
I was also just about to say that. So I've already seen some people, like some whispers of how they don't want us to see another Thrawn because they want to see the value can stay high. I think another Thrawn would actually be good because it allows a lot of other people to get a Thrawn in their collection without having to shell out hundreds, if not like $1,000 for the celebration sticker. I've seen some people ask some ridiculous prices. I think it'll come down a little bit, but I agree with you 100%. It'll stay high. Even if they came out with another Captain Rex tomorrow, like the original Captain Rex is still.
I wish they would, because I am sorely disappointed I don't have a Captain Rex in my
They should
collection.
come out with an unmasked Captain Rex with a Band-Aid over where his inhibitor chip.
Yeah.
That's what
you know what I love about Captain Rex, and I did not even know this. I don't know. Like I said, I've been living under a rock a little bit when it comes to some of this, like the next level stuff. I had no idea Captain Rex actually fought in the battle on Endor.
Yep.
Like when I learned that, and I thought that like fell into the, like, I love that, like,
such a cool tie-in, right?
Yeah, that those little tie-ins that you wouldn't even know anything about. Oh my god, when I found that out, it was just
a Phase 1 Captain Rex would all be awesome. A Thrawn Soda would be amazing. So Matthew says, being a new Star Wars fan, I like to have those characters at affordable prices. Absolutely. And I think that there's certain pops that are always going to stay high, like the original Blue Box ones, Celebration ones, you know, Dallas Comic-Con holographic Vader, like, you know, a lot of those are always going to be expensive. So yeah, like bring on new versions, like tweak it enough to where it's different from the original one. So people need to get both if they're hardcore collectors, but also for the newer collectors, more savvy or maybe even frugal collectors, they can get something too for their collection by not having to shell out an arm and a leg and a hamster, because it would be insane for some of these. Like anybody coming into the Star Wars Funko game right now, it's tough. Like some of them are super expensive. So
yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, they've all, I mean, all of those grails that were grail, like they have all gone crazy high at this point.
Yeah. Andrew, the Josh is fine. This is actually Josh's first time ever missing PFO, and he's on a
very first.
Yeah, in the 3 years that we've been doing this. Yeah, he is the only one. I've missed it a few times due to work and cons and stuff. I know. Did you miss it once? I think your
no, I missed
pretty good.
When I got COVID, I think I missed about a week and a half or 2 weeks. Well, I guess you can't miss a week and a half, but I missed at least 2.
Well, you always get a pass for that, of course.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I mean,
Josh has fought through pandemics. He has fought through all kinds of crazy stuff.
Man, unscathed.
He is unscathed up until tonight. But we're gonna give him a pass because that's the beauty of Fource 1, right? Like we can still carry on the show, talk about everything that's going on, and hang out with you guys. And he'll be back next week, just like normal. So yeah, there are a lot of clones we need. They could just print money by making clones. So we'll see.
All of the clones.
Overall, I would say, at least for the Star Wars reveals we got today, not bad. Like, could be a lot worse. So I'm happy with little Leia. We'll see what happens with the Darth Vader 3-liter chase. I'm actually going to be very selective on which 3-liters we get moving forward, because I'm running out of space for regular sodas, let alone the 3-liter ones.
Yeah.
So
do you display the bottles, John?
No. Well, to be honest, the 3-liter sodas that we have are in the bottle on like a bottom shelf. So they're not even really displayed. They're just kind of stored.
Okay, so you don't really display anything then with the.
I don't know where to put them. Like, we're out of space. Like,
yeah, no, I get that. That's the one thing I love. I think that's one of the things I kind of love about the 3-liters is like you have to, like, they're similar to the sodas. You got to take them out.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And I think I like that about it. Like I'm looking at so I'm pretty much out of Marvel altogether when it comes to sodas at this point. I only have a handful at this point of Marvel. But because I love the 3-liter so much, like I could see myself getting more. I got to be careful. I know that Bree's probably watching. I got to be careful what I say. I'll just leave it at that. I love the 3-liter Marvel sodas.
Yeah. Essie Mom says, I want a 3-liter Wampa, and that's enough for me. I think
yeah, totally get that.
Hey, Joey.
Thank you. I'm
going
to give a virtual.
Got a little bit left, but big shout out to Joey. Thank you so much for the support.
Appreciate it.
Awesome. PFO needs to have a Funko museum. Ooh, interesting.
I feel like I walk into a museum every time I walk in my basement.
Yeah. There was another comment. Oh, Funko News Canada. What's going on, guys? Oh, Anna brought up. So I dude, things have been crazy for us. Have you seen Secret Invasion yet? Did you watch the first episode or two? I
Yeah,
have
I
not.
watched the first episode. I have not seen episode 2 as of
How is
yet.
episode 1? How is the series
It
so far?
started a little bit slow. I'm gonna give it a chance though, because I've seen a lot of people bag on it. And I don't know what they're. I feel like they're expecting like this high action. I think it's more of a who done it type of thing and who's what where, and I think it's gonna be a slow build. I don't think it's gonna be super action or anything like that. But
I was kind of hoping for a similar vibe to like Captain America Winter Soldier. Does it have that like
I think it's
espionage?
probably even slower than that, quite
Okay.
honestly.
Okay. All right.
But I only watched the first episode.
Well, they only have 6. Is it 6 episodes?
6. I think that's it.
So they can't be like super slow.
That's what I heard a lot of people complain about, that it doesn't really ever pick up per se. But is it setting something up? That's what I'm curious to see.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see what happens with Marvel. I'm hoping that they keep spreading stuff out, because then something like this happens where like Secret Invasion came on Disney Plus, and I haven't even watched it yet. Like we don't have a lot of free time, but like when I feel like in the past when something Marvel comes up, it's like you make time for Marvel. And like this year, I still haven't seen Guardians. Last year, I didn't see Thor: Love and Thunder. I didn't see Eternals. Like post Endgame, there's been all these projects that I haven't seen, and I feel like it's just because there's just so much coming out. So
yeah, I think that's part of it. I think people get a little bit fatigued by it.
yeah.
And
Oh,
it's
Andrew
gotta
got
be
his soda order. That's awesome. Everything under the umbrella said it's Marvel's Andor. Oh, it's not good.
Andor.
Andor
Okay.
was good, but I have a funny little quote here from so Joanna's older sister. For those of you guys who don't know, Joanna is my wife. Her older sister, and somehow Andor came up, and I think we were watching one of the episodes when I was at their house, like back when it came out, and she called it "and bored." That's what she called it, because she sat down for like 5 seconds, started watching it. Like
I absolutely loved Andor.
She was like, "and bored," and I was dying laughing. I was like, "No, I get it." Like for
I do get it. I loved Andor. I thought Andor was amazing. But if you want, like, Rogue One is a little bit,
yeah,
you want that battle and all of that stuff. Andor is
you
definitely
want
more
the high profile characters. I get it. You want
Yeah.
somebody carrying a lightsaber, which back to Ahsoka is, I think, what we're gonna get. We're gonna get the fan service. We're gonna get the Sith Lords. We're gonna get the a little taste of Jedi. We're gonna see the hopefully some really cool X-wing fights and stuff. So I think we're gonna get what we all want. So
Yeah, it's gonna be good. Oh my god, I can't wait.
yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
Well, Chaser likes him. Good. This is what I want to see. I want to see more people excited about Marvel. We gotta turn the corner on this Marvel stuff. We gotta get excited about the pops that they're gonna release.
Yeah. Yeah, I think after this is the only thing we have left the Marvels? Or is Loki coming out this year? Like, I don't know what's
Loki's
going
gonna
on.
be out maybe at the end of this year. Man, I'm not excited for the Marvel.
I was about to say I'm not excited for the Marvels. It's not.
No, not at all. I was excited for Guardians. And we saw Guardians, and I loved the Guardians. It was good.
Mhm.
It was the best one. It was probably the best Marvel movie since Spider-Man. And I liked Loki. Loki season 1 was good. I'm looking forward to Loki season 2, but man, I don't like what they did with Kang. Oh,
Yeah. Was he coming back, or are they replacing? They're not replacing him, right?
well, now they're talking they're not. But did you see Quantumania yet?
Yeah, I did. We saw that one in the theaters. Yeah.
Like, I don't know what they're gonna do. Marvel's kind of a bummer. Deadpool should be cool. I think Deadpool will be fun.
Would be cool.
Wolverine.
Yeah. So Anna says
We can't
Loki
screw
season
that up.
2 is in October, then Marvel's in November. That's like back to back. The Marvels is supposed to be a movie, and then Agatha Covenant Chaos is supposed to come out this year.
I feel like that's got to get probably moved.
That's got to get pushed. There's no way.
Yeah, man. When you start listing all this stuff off, yeah, and Deadpool is in 2024. 2024 is not that far away. We are halfway through this year already.
Echo series is in November too. Yeah, no, there's no way. Nobody even knows who Echo is. Like,
Listen,
she was that offshoot character in Hawkeye that actually has a cool backstory.
I don't think that anybody in the Hawkeye show should get a spin-off show. I'm just being 100%.
Poor Hawkeye.
I enjoyed the show, but I'm just saying, do I need a spin-off of Hawkeye? No.
Probably not.
Yeah, it's when you start saying what were they thinking? It's too much stuff. Like it is too much. It really is too much stuff. It is burnout. And then on top of that, I feel like they need to spend a little bit more time in the on making the movies exciting again, because
it's not it's not even that I'm like burned out. I'm just like where's the depth? Like where's the struggle? Like I feel like sometimes
you don't have the build like they did with
yeah,
Avengers.
The build.
Because they're trying to get to Secret Invasion and that kind of thing. Like,
they pushed both of those back. They pushed back Secret Wars and Kang Dynasty.
Secret Wars is what I meant to say.
Yeah.
Like Secret Wars is like the end game type of event,
right.
And I'm having a hard time seeing how we get to Secret Wars from everything that we've seen so far.
Well, I mean, and even if we get there, like, will it matter? Like,
right?
What's the point? Like,
did you see the preview for Kraven?
I did, and Tony, I'm so happy you brought that up because
wow,
I'm actually very excited for that movie.
But that is like next level violent. If you guys watched, was it Wolverine? Was it just called Wolverine? The last Hugh Jackson.
No, it was Logan. Was it Logan?
Logan.
No, Logan. Yeah.
Did I just call him Hugh Jackson?
Well, Samuel Jackson is in Secret Invasion. We were just talking about. So your brain. There's a lot of different Marvel stuff right now. We'll give it back.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't think it was Hugh Jackson.
I'm
Logan.
excited for it. I think it looks different. I think it's a character. Well, it is a character we've never seen before in live action form. I kind of wish, actually, up until I saw the trailer, I wasn't really thrilled about seeing Aaron Taylor Johnson in another Marvel role, considering he was Quicksilver. But I don't know. After seeing the trailer, like I'm kind of in on Kraven.
Brian, you know what's funny about that? I didn't even realize that when I watched the trailer, I didn't even realize that was him.
Well, I mean, in his defense, he was only in one movie. He was just in Age of
Ultron. And he had short hair. Now he's got super long hair. Like, they don't look super similar. Like, and it's like if you go from the Flash to Captain America, or not, the Flash, not the Flash,
Human Torch.
Louise.
It's okay.
The Torch,
Human Torch. Yeah.
It's been a long day. You go from the Torch to Captain America. They look very, they're very similar. But yeah, Kraven looks pretty intense to say the least.
And that's okay. Like I want different. Like some of these superhero shows and movies, like they're too touchy-feely. They're too worried about like comic relief. Like, come on, where's the stakes? And that was what was so great about the first couple phases of the MCU. It was like there was stuff at stakes. They didn't always win. Sometimes they lost people in the crossfire. And I'm just hoping that maybe we can get some sort of crossover like they did. I didn't see this one either. I didn't see Morbius. We meant to see Morbius at some point.
I watched it the other day. You can skip it, John.
I can skip it. Oh, that sucks. But like they have, so I saw they're filming.
It's not a horrible, like it's one of those things again. It's not horrible, but it's just like, okay, that was Morbius.
So, but they did Morbius, but they're doing Venom 3 right now. They're filming Venom 3 with Tom Hardy. And now they're doing Kraven's coming out. It's like, I love seeing all these hardcore like Spider-Man villains get their own films, right? But it would just be so cool if you could like tie them all together and bring in Spider-Man and have like a big epic fight, like a big build up, where they all just take turns.
And I think that they're probably working to that point is what I would get. Quite honestly, the Funko Pops from Let There Be Carnage turned me off of that movie so bad that I have not seen it yet. I still need to watch.
Oh, you could skip that movie. That movie was so bad. So that's why I'm hoping for Venom 3 they will redeem it, because, and you know what the sad part? Once again, I thought they actually made an excellent actor choice with Woody Harrelson as Carnage.
Oh, he's perfect for
Cletus. The Cletus Cassidy role so well. It was just like the storyline was weak. I don't know. It was just
I gotta watch it. I need to watch as soon as I can watch it for free. I got 15 streaming services. You think I could find one that I could watch this on and not
yeah,
have
it
to pay
has to
another
be.
20
There has to
bucks?
be one you can watch it for free because they should pay you to watch it. Please
Right.
don't give them the
I gotta
$3.99.
try this out again. I gotta see what happens.
But the movie, I don't know. Joanna and I went into the movie, and I remember like we watched it. We're like, are we watching the rough draft? It's like, is this the unfinished cut? Is this director's cut? Like it was just, it didn't feel.
Honestly, even
I
the
don't know.
first Venom wasn't like great. I
True.
love Venom too. Like I built it up too much, I think, in my own head on what a Venom movie would be. It was like again, it was an okay one. I wouldn't put it up there with any fantastic superhero movies, in my opinion.
So Linda, have a great night. I think I saw Jar
Thanks,
left
Linda.
as well. So thank you guys so much for coming out. John says there's rumors that it might be Andrew Garfield Spidey in that Venom, Craven, Morbius, Sony universe, but who knows at this point. I could see that because there's really no room for Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man to really come back in the MCU. And I would kind of hate to see like Tom Holland cross over into that because I don't think he really fits that style of movie after being in the MCU. So
Andrew Garfield was a good Spider-Man, so I'd be down for another. I'd be down for another one.
That. And I would also be really down for having two different Spider-Mans at the same time. I feel like he's one of the, like Spider-Man itself is one of the few characters where you could actually pull that off. Like I wouldn't go watch two different Supermans in like two different universes, but just because Spider-Man is like so complex and he's relatable and everything, I would totally watch a Tom Holland Spider-Man movie and then like a month later watch an Andrew Garfield one. But
yeah, totally agree. And Vinny, yes, you're right. I should go back to cable. I did it to save money, but guess what? I'm not saving money anymore.
We added it up. Yeah, we actually were trying to figure out with all the streaming services. We're like, this is actually not cheaper than regular.
No, it is. No, it is not. You know, quite honestly, I watch Hulu. That's pretty much all that I watch. The kids sign up for these free things. Like now we have Apple TV, Paramount, we have ESPN Plus, we have Hulu, we have Netflix, we have some other one, like some Spanish one, I think, so we can watch some kind of soccer every once in a while, like 3 games a year.
Hey, you need it. You need it for
no. That's what I was told. I was told that we have to have it. So
we used to watch HBO Max, and now it's just Max.
I got HBO Max too.
Yeah. There's a lot of streaming services, but
there
like
is.
you can't get like they're all critical and like the superstructure that is like your TV watching. So you just
and I'm dumb. I never shared any like I should have been borrowing passwords from somebody, but
yeah.
What do I know?
Bree says I have to go through and cancel them all.
Yeah, could you do that, please? Sling?
Do you have Sling TV? I think we have Sling.
Probably.
Oh, and now I've been hearing. All right, so this is a great question because we're on YouTube. We have YouTube channels. Everybody in the chat, does anybody here have YouTube? What is it? YouTube Premium? Anybody have YouTube?
We do not, but I'll be 100% honest, and I'm not saying this just because I love YouTube. But we, honest to God, we probably watch more YouTube than any other service, and it's free. We really do. Like we watch a lot of different content creators, not even necessarily Funko. Like Disney is on here. Other than Bree's, honey, I love you, but other than Bree's shows that she watches where people get married, like at first sight and at first second, and they do the blind. Those? She watches all of that stuff. Whatever streaming service that's on. That's what she watches.
Bree, I will watch those with you because I love watching those and then just like tearing apart those people's relationships.
John, that's that's exactly what I do. I don't have a choice. It's either that or, I have to come down here and play.
Because I just don't believe in that. Like I don't believe that it's practical and whatever, but it makes for good TV, right?
It definitely does.
Has it. They said they've had it for years. Dave has it. Okay. I just recently figured out the chat on here. I didn't know there was a premium version of this. That's okay, Anthony.
That's right. They're gonna have NFL Sunday. Yeah, that would a Sunday ticket.
Yeah,
that's a good
YouTube's
point.
like the official sponsor of what's it called? The NFL. We share YouTube Premium and pay $45 a year. Doesn't seem bad. $45 a year.
No, that seems fantastic. I feel like I got to share with somebody.
Somebody else said it was really expensive. Connor said it's too overpriced and expensive. I don't know how much it is. But anyway, the whole point of my question was Joanna's brother, I saw him over the weekend. He said he got it. It was actually because he just didn't want to see a specific commercial over and over again anymore. So he got it out of spite, but he said it changed his life and he loves it. And I was just
Good.
curious to see everyone else's feedback because we watch a lot of YouTube as well. So I was like curious, like, oh, maybe if I yeah, Sam says I love it, not having ads interrupt videos. Interesting. And I know for us, like selfishly, so like in our I don't know if you've seen this, Vince, and in your analytics. So those people that do have premium, we still will make money off their view. Even though they're not watching an
I didn't
ad,
know that.
it breaks it down into regular ad revenue and like YouTube premium revenue.
Oh,
So,
really? You could see. I didn't know that.
yeah, I saw that a few months ago and noticed that. So, because I when I first heard that, I was like, all right, so there's all these people gonna be watching without ads. For those of you guys who don't know, a majority of the money that we make from our videos is because of the ads. Even if you skip it, we still get a couple pennies for it, and we'll take the couple pennies. We appreciate it. Thanks, you, Matthew. Y'all are worth the commercials. No, but I just wanted to put that out there. So in case, because I know there's some people who are very kind. They are amazing, incredible people in this community. And they have told us that they specifically sit through all the entire length of the commercial so that we can get the most, out of their view. And that means the world to us.
It really does, because I'll be honest, like I've had to watch some of my videos and I skip the ads. So I appreciate you guys that'll sit through that. I really do.
So Tasha says, I pay $16 a month. I mostly watch YouTube. So for me, it's worth it. I mean, that doesn't seem too bad. I mean, $16 a month. There's some subscription services that I know that is more than $16 a month. So
Hunter, good luck on your mystery grail boxes. Pull a grail, pull a big grail, I want to see somebody pull a gigantic grail, and I want to film yourself with your phone and then send it to me if you pull a gigantic grail. I want to see somebody
or
get
just
super
send
excited.
us a picture, because I have not seen a lot of the big grails get pulled, and I'm just like kind of curious as to like.
No, I've seen the only ones I ever see are, again, Facebook groups. Somebody will post like, oh, here's the first box I ever bought. And I'm like, you pulled a $500 pop out of the first box that you bought.
Yeah.
I got 62 boxes that I just bought in the last 2 months. And I got a Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Can we talk about them for like 2 seconds? I know we brought it up. I just didn't register it because we just talked about $7 a pop at the Funko booth. That's awesome. But can we make like a justification here? Because after your last Mystery Grail giant video where you pulled, it was Black Box Obi-Wan.
Box Obi-Wan.
It was $30, right?
$29.
$29. Not even
not a grail. That's not even
a grail.
That was super weird. And I think it was from the start, like, and I think we kind of joked about it a little bit when Ralphie's had to do their Star Wars box. It's hard to find Star Wars pops that are like worth a lot of money. There's some that are worth a lot of money, but they're worth a lot of money. And then you get those mid-tier. There's not a lot like $50 pops per se. Most of them are like 70 plus. But I feel like when you're doing 1,000 boxes, like a grail should be $70. Like if you're gonna pull a star,
I think a grail should be $100. Like when you're doing a mystery box, and I'm not saying
even better.
I'm not saying, I know everybody defines the word grail like it means something different to everybody. I just think that when you're dropping a mystery box run with 1,000 boxes, 1,500 boxes, 2,000 boxes, and somebody gets a star and it says congratulations, like you won, it shouldn't just be double what you paid for the box, like or not even triple. Like it should be like, wow, I won, like
when it's a 1 out of 1,000, or and I get it, like you're gonna have those mid-tier ones, like I don't know,
I don't think those should be grails. Like those should be considered like a hit. That should just be like the middle of the mystery box. Like, oh, cool, I got a $60 pop.
Well, John, I mean, great example. I pulled 2 pops more expensive than that in that same video.
Right, exactly. And they didn't have stars on them.
No, they did not. And they were way cooler.
Yeah. So that's all. That's my I don't know, beef or whatever with them. Like we love Mystery Grail, to be honest. I mean,
I do too. I have fun with them. And really, they are super low risk. You really can't find a lot of low risk boxes like that without getting complete inventory dumps. Like, yes, you do get a lot of new pops in these boxes as well, but you do a lot of times find some of that older stuff. Like even that Obi-Wan, it was still a 2015 pop. It's not like it was, a 22 or 2022. You guys know what I mean.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to spit out of my mouth here, but at least it's an older pop, which I can appreciate, and it's not a complete just straight up inventory dump. So I have fun with them still.
Yeah, we love them. I feel like a little kid when I'm like typing in all my scratch card codes. Like that's, I think, the most fun for me when I'm doing them. But
yeah,
I don't know. I would like to hit. I mean, we hit actually we hit a legit grail in our last big video. We hit the Pulp Fiction pop, $110. Like that was legit.
We got a Velma in that same video.
The Velma is a
Velma's
great
a grail. Yeah, that
Yeah.
is a grail.
It's awesome. So yeah, that's all. But I don't think they would do anything. I mean, people are saying
Bree said the same thing, that she thought that and how do you prove, like, anybody, listen, we film it, okay? So, and I'm doing it right there. I have 4 stars sitting next to me. Honestly, when I opened it, like it almost made me feel weird, like I put a star on a pop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it was that bad. And
Yeah.
I don't want to sit here and complain. Like, there's people that open up stuff and they're getting like $9 pops. I don't want to sit there and complain, but it was kind of like what happened when I pulled bingo. There's 500 soda boxes. There's only 4 grails, 4 out of a 500. That's not very good odds. And to have that grail be bingo, like that's, you don't want to be disappointed, because I feel like that's being a little bit ungrateful, but at the same time, it should feel really special. I don't know. That's just me. What do I know? What do I know?
Soda, yeah, the soda mystery box runs could be better. I feel like they I don't know. I mean, because
I've not loved the soda box run. I've not partaken. Whatever. And Hunter, yes, you could film. If you want to start a channel, do it. This is what I tell you to do, and I should have done this. One of our most expensive pops that we pulled in our first year and a half of YouTube is one video that we did not film. Right before we started the YouTube channel, we actually opened a Toy USA mystery box that I pulled the 500-piece Red Freddy Funko Devil out of. And at the time, we lost money on the box. I'll never forget it. We lost like $40 on the box because it was a Toy USA box, and we lost money on every single Toy USA box we ever bought. But now, I mean, that pop is worth almost $500. So it's all worked out well in the end, but we didn't film that, and I regretted it. So Hunter, I'm challenging you. You get your mystery grail boxes in, film yourself. Whether you put it out or not, you can make that decision, but you can do it on your phone. I know a lot of people that do YouTube videos from your phone.
Also, speaking of Freddy's, really quick, if you guys are big Freddy collectors or Freddy fans at all, this is the best time of the year and I'm talking like leading up to San Diego Comic-Con and then like July, August, best time of the year to try to go out and get one of last year's Freddy's or the year before that you missed, because they're going to come out with new Freddy's and people are going to want those. And they're going to look around their room and they're like, I need to get that new thing. And they're going to reach for something and they're like, I need to sell something really quick. And they might sell something for a really good deal. I'm telling you from experience, I've picked up a lot of Freddy's the following year when the new ones come out. And I'm going to be doing the same thing this year, going after a couple that I missed from last year. So,
and
Ryan,
thank you very much. And let me say something about Ryan real quick. And guys, somebody left a comment on the last time, and we only talk about people that leave money. It's not the case. And this is why I'm putting I'm not putting Ryan's thing up here because he just sent $20. Honestly, Ryan in our last auction bought 10 dog tags that he told me to put in 10 different people's boxes. So that's why I want to say thank you right now, because that is not money that goes into our pocket. We are donating, we donate our dog tag money every month to a different military charity. So I wanted to say a special, because I actually had it in my show notes to say thank you to Ryan anyway at the end here, but since he popped in here, so I didn't put that up there because Ryan, you never have to send us anything, because I appreciate your support. And I appreciate everybody's support just watching us. And when you guys pick up dog tags or John's pucks, it just helps us really pay it forward, and try to spread the goodwill to other people. Just, we have the platform, and because of you guys, quite honestly. So thank you, Ryan, and not just for what you sent tonight. We do appreciate you.
And actually, this is kind of like a perfect segue. So something happened to me at work last week. Well, not happened to me. I was just informed of, unfortunately, there is somebody at our base who's going through a tough time. And obviously not appropriate for me to say the details whatsoever of what the person is going through. They're having a family member go through some medical treatment, and the military health coverage does not cover what the person's family member is going through. So there's actually a military charity, the name's escaping me off the top of my head, that is actually picking up the entire tab for that person's family member's medical treatment costs. And the first person I actually thought of was I don't remember the name off the top of my head, but I immediately thought of like Vince and Bree, just because they are always, looking to donate to, the military charities. I'm still active duty. I'm seeing, and I just saw like the power of that charity, or organization in person actually, make a difference in someone's life. So, and it could have been, maybe it was all just because maybe a bunch of people donated a little bit of money, and that money just, racks up interest. And then that organization decided to take a big chunk of money and said, we're going to help these people when they're in a crisis. So your donations, like to the charities that we choose and the ones that Vince and Bree choose, they really make a difference. Like, you might not ever see the impact.
Yeah.
But when you just hear like little tidbits of stories, and somebody's going through like the worst day of their life, the last thing they should have to worry about is money. So thank you guys so much.
I mean, I'm going to piggyback real quick because we'll bring it to an end here shortly. But we went to the Ronald McDonald House last week, and like to see that up close and personal, and like actually we didn't see the rooms, but you could see the rooms there. I think that they had 33 on site, 33 rooms, and then another 10 that were at the hospital. I mean, they have a kitchen that has a refrigerator for all the family. Like, each family has a different shelf in a refrigerator. They had like 7 refrigerators, and to like see when you see that stuff in action, we're kind of saying when you see it in action versus just sending the money, it makes it feel a lot different. So I would always suggest, forget if you can want to pick up a puck or buy a dog tag. We appreciate it because we want to make sure that it gets to some good charities that we've already vetted out and that kind of thing. But always look to see what you get if you're in the position. Not everybody's in the position that they're able to do anything. And sometimes you can donate your time. Like, they were telling us a story how they replaced every bed in this facility. So there were 62 beds, I think, or something like that they had to replace, that they had to get people to volunteer to take those out of there, and Tempur-Pedic paid for all the beds and that kind of thing. And to see like that stuff in person is just it's so humbling. It really is. And again, we've done it a million times, especially over the last couple months, but man, thank you guys, especially the people that I know we say it over and over, and it probably gets annoying to you guys as well, but you guys are so appreciated, because really you are what keeps everything being able to keep rolling with our channel, with John's channel. We really appreciate you guys showing up here every week. And I mean, John, with that, I feel like, wow, what a fantastic way to. Don't you feel? Doesn't everybody feel good? You guys are going to be able to go to bed tonight. We appreciate you guys so much. You did so much for not just this pop community, but for our family and John's family and Josh's family. So thank you guys from the bottom of our heart. I think I say this like every time. I'm like, I don't know. I'm just so happy dealing with all of you people. So John, what do you have going on this week? Would you like to tell me what you have coming up over this?
No, I want to echo that. We have an amazing community, and I'm really thankful for everything that all you guys do for us, because you have officially changed our life. You have changed our life so much that Joanna and I had actually 2 phone calls this afternoon. We had a phone call with eBay, and we had a phone call with Macari, and they both went super well. I don't know what's going to come of them yet, but we will, of course, keep everybody, up to date and everything. But during our first phone call with Macari, I was just sitting there and I'm like, this is insane. Like, the guy was super nice. He's asking us questions about the channel. He found one of our Macari videos, and I'm just sitting there and I'm like, 3 years ago, like, this never would have been a thing. So it's because of you guys that have made like huge differences in our lives. We're going to keep trying our best to give back. So thank you guys so much for everything you've done for us. We're going to start by giving back this Saturday. This Saturday will be our next Instagram challenge. So those of you guys who participated in our first pop challenge, now I'm calling on all the soda collectors. And I think some of you guys saw the tease the other night. I don't have it in my hand at the moment, but we are going to be giving away something pretty big. It is the original Boo Berry inspired 1200 piece Count Chocula Chase. Original Count Chocula soda chase. So we're going to be posting a reel on Saturday. You're going to have to use 5 sodas from your collection. You'll have to use our audio to make a reel, and you guys will have 7 full days once again. So hopefully you can find some time, and we'll do the same thing like we did with the Freddy Riddler. We'll spin the wheel and we'll choose a winner. I just shipped off the Freddy Riddler a couple days ago. Super excited for the person who won it. So we have that. We have our video on Saturday. We have a small auction we're going to be doing Saturday night. So Saturday is a pretty busy day for us. Tomorrow night, we will be live here on YouTube at 8 p.m. Eastern for a short live stream with some updates and some other things going on. So that's what we'll have tomorrow night. I have a couple like super small giveaways, like nothing crazy or anything. And then Monday, actually, we'll have a video on Sunday as well. And then we'll go right back into our schedule for next week. So that's I think that's it. Sorry for talking so much.
Wow, John, you got a lot going on.
We have a lot going on.
We have stuff that I've got to edit like pretty quickly here because we're going to be out of town most of the week next week. So guys, before everybody leaves, there is no PFO next Thursday.
Oh, that's right.
But
no
next Thursday, we are doing a battle video. We filmed ours already.
I did not.
We did amazing.
Good.
We didn't do that amazing. I can't lie.
Was it something you didn't have in your collection?
Maybe. We did a lot of videos over the last couple of days. Honestly, I don't remember. I can't even remember what was in that video at this point.
That's okay.
I think it was okay. I think we did. We probably lost again. Let's be honest. But
I'm hoping that I pull something that you need. That's what I'm hoping.
John, I'm hoping you pull something I need. I'm looking to do a trade with you. I feel like we haven't traded anything in a long time.
We haven't done a trade. No, we haven't done a trade.
Why are we not doing that? We got to get back to that because I've done 15 trades in the last 3 weeks with everybody.
Hopefully,
but I'm also not building Lego helmets, so I understand why you can't do the trades now.
There's no helmets. What are you talking about?
I seen like we talked about 7 of them tonight. It sounds like you're going to be busy, but we've got our regular videos, guys, this week. We are not doing any auctions or anything because Tuesday is the 4th of July. Everybody, if you're going out of town, travel safely. Everybody have a great holiday. If you have the day off, that's amazing. If not, celebrate the U.S. If you're not in the U.S. and it's just another Tuesday for you, we're still going to have a video. It might be USA inspired. It just might be a regular video. I don't even know yet. I got to figure that out over the next 24 hours. So, guys, thank you so much again. I say it every time, and I've said it about 12 times already tonight. But we appreciate you guys. We really do every single week. We will not see you next week, but we'll see you the following week over on John's
I think our channel.
Yeah. So we'll be live again then.
The only one here.
It's going to be John's. I mean, I would assume that
Josh will be back, which will be great.
And Josh will be back because there is no way he's missing 2. I think that was probably the last one he'll probably ever miss. So, guys, thank you so much. We appreciate you all. We will see you guys in 2 weeks. Have a happy 4th of July holiday, and good night, everyone.